Nick Maharis is leading to there now. That's where he wants to be, and he'll kick goals from there.
Start of the first term, Thomson and Corio. Matchday live this afternoon at Godfrey Street. It'll be Dean Oakley up against Shea Walker. Umpire Haskins throws the ball in the air. Oakley clears possession down towards Highland. Clearing kick to centre half forward. Nick Maharis comes out. Does he take the mark? Umpire Eldred says yes. And might have just hurt himself as he went down there as well.
2 Maharis boys in the forward half, Laurie.
Yes.
So Nick Maharis has got it at centre half forward. And will shoot for goal from about 50 metres out, and shouldn't have much trouble with the distance with the breeze behind him. So the boys still had a win. He wants to start well this afternoon. He comes in, and it looks pretty good off the boot, as he just might have taken it a bit to the left. He has, and 3 for 1 behind. So they get on the board early. Thomson 1 behind, and Corio yet to score. We've been playing just a minute.
So the ball being returned to the goal square. Looks like Ricky Bigham doing the kicking in for Corio, certainly to start the game. Goes for the short kick. It's still inside 50, and Shane Stone read it much better than Nevada Cornwall. Chipped in and has taken the mark. Very similar to position to where Nick Maharis has just had a shot for goal. And well, Shane Stone, reasonably accurate kick, moves in on the right foot, puts it in the air. He's gone the other side, I'd suggest. So it's one each side to the Thomson side. 2 behinds to start the game. On the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, a minute and a half gone, and Thomson kicking to the eastern end.
Bigham will try again. This time he elects to go to the outer side. Oh, danger again. Goes towards Dabrowski. Off hands. Gardner close to the boundary line. Was that a push in the back? No, play on the call. And the numbers with Corio. Cornwall gets a clear and kick towards centre wing. Coming out at pace was Walton. Doesn't sit for him. No, Stones over the top of it. Has to tap it back. He does. They've got the numbers. Atchison out the back to Armstrong. Goes towards centre half forward. Long kick.
Whoa.
Peacock at the back has got the sit. Can't take the mark. King did pretty well. Okoli's in there as well. Handball away. Peacock tapped it on intelligently to Bradley. 30 and closing towards goal. He's missed as well. And through for 1 behind to Aaron Bradley. So all the play with Thomson. They've got 3 behinds. And Corio yet to score. In fact, Corio yet to have it past the centre wing position. And Ricky Bigham will try and do it again. 3rd time lucky.
Laurie, that was probably the first shot with a bit of pressure on it. The other 2 probably easier shots.
Yeah, they were standing shots. They probably should have made better effort of that.
So Bigham comes to the... he's kicked it
havoc.
Absolutely out of bounds on the fall. It's a poor kick from Ricky Bigham. He's pretty disappointed with himself. So it was untouched anyway, but out of bounds on the full. So Okoli with the football. We're about to get the football back.
Actually, Eric, I think it might be just a confidence thing with Ricky there. I mean, he's done 3 terrible kick-ins. I'll have to address that, I think.
So Okoli now, and I notice Ricky Bigham has Rod Peacock in the goal square. So that's where he's gone. To the goal square, the ball comes to ground. Troy Maharis overruns it. Cousins for Corio. Picked the footy up, doesn't know where to go. I tell you what, he's tipped it straight back to Christian Highland. Very ordinary kick from Johnny Cousins. Really not under a lot of pressure. And just tipped it in the air and basically straight into the arms of Christian Highland. He's 25 metres out, near enough to directly in front. And surely 4th time lucky for Thomson.
He should have gone to school on a couple of them, I think, Eric.
He would have thought. So Highland now moves in. I tell you what, I don't think he's done too much about missing that. Right through the middle to Christian Highland. First goal of the game. It's gone to Thomson. They go to 1-3-9. They lead Corio yet to score on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. Almost 4 minutes gone.
Yeah, I think Jason can address that question to me again about the wind. I think it's stronger than probably 3-goal wind, actually. And it's a worry with the ball. They seem to be having real difficulty kicking that ball in, so it's obviously stronger out there than you think. I think when the wind's like that, you've got to be prepared to run with it a bit.
So back to the middle. As we said, Shea Walker up against Dean Oakley. Umpire Eldred with the ball. Throws it in the air. Oakley up early, gets it down. Chopped off this time, but through the middle again was Highland, the last goal scorer. Coming through the middle was Lazarick. Needs some support. Cullen at centre half back. Handball towards Manning on the half back flanks. Okay, sits and waits. Left foot kick towards centre wing. And getting around there was Lindsay. Handball back inboard to Cornwall. Now they're starting to run it. Oh, he's in trouble though. Stein wraps him up and gets the ball as well. Handball back towards Gardner. His handball back to Armstrong. Off centre half back. Goes towards half forward. Great kick, and Aaron Bradley's taken the mark in front of Dabrowski. Plays on quickly. Kick was smothered by Dabrowski, but Luck's of fortune. Falls in the arms of Daniels towards Thorley. Off a step. Goes towards centre half forward. Coley goes up and takes the mark. The umpire has to pay that at half forward. Good
Great
mark
mark
against Matt McNamara, and Rick Lazarick and Josh Ercole will line up for goal from 50 metres out. Slide angle.
It was dead set vertical leap, Laurie. Didn't touch the other players.
Yeah, very good mark.
So Josh Ercole, one of the number of former St Joseph's players in the Thomson side, joined them middle stage of the season. Kicked 6 goals a few weeks ago. Lines up for goal number 1. I don't think he's kicked a goal with that one. It won't come back far enough, and through for 1 behind. So they go to 1-4-10 now, Thomson. They lead Corio yet to score. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 6 minutes.
So Ricky Bigham's
He's been sacked.
the sack. Dabrowski doing the kicking in. He's gone for the short chip again. I'll tell you what, it's nearly as bad, but Mark paid on this occasion to Johnny Cousins on half-back flank. So success for Corio. He's gone back to Dabrowski, who's in the corridor. He's taken the mark, but they haven't gained a lot of distance, Corio. Another chip pass has found Manning in the middle, just ahead of Stein. So Manning, they're still at centre half-back, Corio. They chip further into the centre circle. And Cousins has taken the mark. Thought about going on, but he ran into the arms there of Armstrong. So now he continues, goes wide, half forward flank, looking for and finding Shea Walker, and put the Big's arms up, and he's taken another chip into the full forward there. Clifford run right under the footy, coming back onto the ball is O'Toole. He can't pick it up, and he and the ball are ushered over the boundary line, out of bounds. 5 metres from the behind post, this time at the western end, the end to which Corio are kicking. Almost the first time they've been past the centre, Laurie.
Yeah, it is. It's the first time they've been inside 50.
So boundary umpire with the footy now. About to put in a big pack of players around the ball. Only one defending in the goal square. The ball was taken by Walton. He took it over the shoulder. I tell you what, he doesn't kick him from straight in front, but he's kicked one from the boundary. So Robbie Walton has kicked the first goal for the Corio side, and that is their first score. 1 goal, 6. They trail Thomson 1-4-10. On the Victory Trophy scoreboard, 7 minutes first quarter.
Yes, well, I actually thought that was a good goal, actually. It was a good build-up from Andrew Dabrowski at full-back, and Johnny Cousins, some good running from him in the centre. He received the ball, ran on and took it again, got it out there, and once it got in the 50, you can do something, can't you? And it's up the right into the ground. And that was a nice goal from Robbie Walton, as you said, Eric. He's not a noted goal scorer, but that was a good one.
So back to the middle. Oakley again coming towards Walker. Gets it down to the back of the pack. Walton comes off centre half forward. Throws it to Cousins. Kick was smothered by Atchison. And can't pick it up though. Walton can. He's surrounded by Thomson players, but does well to get it away by hand to Cousins. He goes towards full forward. O'Toole behind on that occasion. Coming through Harris, who's got the job. Handball back. Missed the target. Now it falls in the arms of Lee Clifford. And he's put through his first. And Corio second. And a second in a minute. They go to 2 straight goals, 12 points. And they take the lead. Thomson 1-4-10. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 8 minutes played.
So it's just remarkable, Laurie, what 2 straight kicks will do in a game of footy.
Well, it certainly is, Eric. I was going to say that before. Those missed shots Thomson were occurring there could be crucial in the finish. But I think you've got to go back to the Robbie Walton bit. His work around the footy there was very, very hard. He made the ball spill out there, and he seems to be really switched on, Robbie.
So back in the middle with Shea Walker and Dean Oakley. Both Kevin Oakley up high, gets a lovely tap down, but Corio win the footy from there. Oh, Johnny Cousins put down pretty heavily after he kicked the footy, but playing on to the umpire. Barry O'Toole, he's robbed by Thorley. Thorley of Thomson there, kicks towards half forward.
Oh, good
King.
mark.
Courageous mark. Had the pack bearing down on him, stood his ground, and took the ball overhead. So King, almost the centre of the ground, just back half of centre. King goes wide to half forward flank. Aitchison in good position. Players get the ball to ground. Thomson over the top to Aitchison. Handball further to running player. They full forward there was Maharis. Can't take the mark. A toe poke only as far as Ricky Bingham. And Bingham for Corio clears to centre wing and finds Nevada Cornwall. Plays on quickly. Another nice pass to Bolshevik. And Bolshevik on true centre wing has taken the mark for Corio. He kicks long. Going to half forward. Up high barrier. Mark O'Toole can't take the mark. Good defence there by Aitchison. Ball to ground. That was Lindsay trying to get hold of the footy, but finally it's O'Toole. Comes clear. Lovely pass. Clifford just can't quite bend down to get the ball. Thompson now in under a bit of pressure in defence, but finally a handball comes clear and the kick comes towards centre wing. Bradley, it's over his head. 2-1. Cornwall of Corio. Nice call from Ricky Bingham there. Gets a handball. And he's chipped to Matty Cullen on centre wing.
Cullen now goes towards a vacant Forward pocket position. Eldridge is there. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Ball went over his head. And it is out of bounds for a throw-in, about 30 metres around from the Corio goal.
Corio have steadied after a fairly ordinary start, Laurie.
Yes, Eric, and all of a sudden they find their targets, which is important, and if they can continue that, they'll put pressure on the Thomson side, of course.
Boundary throwing. Walton in front, gets it towards the front of the pack as well. And Eldridge around it again, played for a free kick, didn't get one, pack develops around him. And we will have a ball up. Still about 30 metres out from the Corio goal.
Do you reckon he played for a free kick? I thought it was there.
You're a little bit closer than me, Loz.
Yeah, a metre.
Ball up, Clifford goes up against Atchison in the end, and a quick kick. I think that might have come from Eldridge.
Yeah, I think it was.
But it's through for one behind, so 2-1-13 Corio. They lead Thomson 1-4-10. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 11 minutes played.
So Savali Armstrong to kick in for Thomson. And with that bruised Laurie,
I'd be getting about here.
The centre of the ground would be an option, surely.
Surely he'll thump it.
Well, you'd think so. It'll certainly clear it out of the danger area in one foul swoop. Now the umpire has called him to play on, so he kicks it wide, finds Aitchison on half-back flank, takes the mark.
Harris, actually.
Oh, sorry, it is Harris. So he chips it back into the corridor, looking for and finds Thorley. He's taken him out. Well, I'm amazed. Thomson have had 3 kicks, and that could have happened with 1 kick. It's in the arms of Aitchison. Handball to Highland, who's running. He continues to the middle of the ground, kicks towards centre-half forward. It's over the head of all players. Bigham at the back, picks it up a step, kicks wide, looking for and finding Bolchevic out there on the wing. He's kicked it further. Clifford overruns the footy, comes back on it, recovers. Gets a handball to Cornwall. He's in trouble. So handball's back to Clifford. Also in trouble. Picked up by Highland. Over the top to Shane Stone. And he's kicked it, over the head of the leading player there in Troy Maharis. Over the head of his opponent. And it's out of bounds. Half forward flank for Thomson. And at 12 minutes, Laurie, you could safely say they need a goal.
Well, they certainly do, Eric, because there is definitely an advantage going to that eastern end there. And those 2 goals against the Breeze are very, very important to the Corio side. It's not that their workload as well is very good as well.
Ball comes in. Gardner does the ruck work. Down to Bradley. Bradley of Thomson kicks it forward, and it's going to be a rush behind to Thomson. So bad kicking at the moment.
Danny Ruck kicks in, finds Ricky Bigham in the right back pocket, takes the mark. Had to stretch, but got it. Not much to kick to, though. At half back, he might switch play back. He does, and he switches play to the opposite back pocket. Finds Rick Lazarick. More Corio players over that side. He chips, punched away by Daniels at the contest. Dabrowski's there in support though for Corio. They've got the numbers now. A play on advantage it was. So it came from Lazarick, got it to Bolchevic, got it back to Lazarick on centre wing. Kick was smothered though, and it might be a turnover. Nick Maharis was there. Good smother. Walton though. Looks like a man possessed today. Gets a handball away to Manning. Now Bolchevic tries to tap it on intelligently towards his teammate and Shea Walker. Got a bit of time, or now he might be in a bit of strife. He's trying to get around. He's run a long way. He's dropped the footy. And it'll be a turnover and advantage. No, it won't. No advantage. We'll have to come back to half back for Thomson on the outer side.
It's one of those occasions, Laurie, you take the first option or you lose it.
Yes, exactly.
Andrew Atchison at half back goes towards half forward. Coley in front. Ricky Bigham lost in the sun. Coley falls to him, goes towards the forward line, but in the way, Matt McNamara again takes a bounce and just set his play at half back. Goes towards centre wing. Walker, Walton over the back. Atchison in the middle, 2 against 1. Did pretty well in the end. Needed some support. Wasn't forthcoming. Walker handball. Set up his teammate. And Armstrong there, but a hold. And it's going to go to Corio. And it'll be Barry O'Toole at half forward with the free kick.
Ooh, got to get it back quick.
So Barry O'Toole. His brother Mark has called for it long. He goes in that direction. And Lee Clifford has filled the hole as well. And he has taken the mark 30 metres out directly in front. A chance to put his second on the board and the third for Corio.
Well, certainly Lee Clifford is more prominent than he was 2 weeks ago at Belmont Lions for the whole game.
Get one here will certainly build his confidence.
So Clifford comes in and it's straight over the umpire's head. So his second goal. And the third for Corio. They go to 3-1-19 and they lead Thomson 1-5-11. And that is on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 15 minutes played.
And now it's a very good start for Corio. When you look at 15 minutes, Laurie, they're in front, they're kicking against the Breeze, and they really look switched on, don't they?
Well,
the ruckman really gets a tap down. Gardner picks up the crumb, eludes a couple of tackles, check side pass to half forward, At the back, ruck of Corio. He overruns the footy. Coming back on it there was Nick Maharis. He overruns it. Dabrowski gets a handball out to Bigham. Matty Cullen by hand. Cousins. He finally has a kick. Goes towards half forward. In good position there is Shea Walker. And basically unopposed takes the mark at half forward. Chips it over the top looking for and finding Barry O'Toole. Takes the mark, one hand, runs on. He's had a shot right across the face of goal from 30 and has only kicked behind. So perhaps an opportunity went begging there for Corio, but they go to 3-2-20. They lead Thomson, 1-5-11 Victory Trophies. First quarter scoreboard, 16 minutes now gone.
Armstrong from fullback. Bradley gives him a long lead. Oakley gives him a lead as well. He goes in the Oakley direction, and it's a fantastic kick, as you'd expect. Dabrowski against him, off hands to the back. Okoli runs on centre wing. Cousins pushes him off the ball. Bradley in support, though. A kick towards half forward. Nick Maharis has to make up a bit of ground. Ruck right next to him. Goes towards the boundary line. Coming back, Dabrowski in support as well. Dodges and weaves. Takes the ball out of bounds, though. And it will be a throw-in half forward flank for Thomson.
Well, I think that Armstrong kick-in emphasised how important the long kick could be, Laurie.
Oh, certainly, Eric, and he is a beautiful kick. There's no doubt about that.
So, boundary umpire retrieves the ball. It will be a throw-in half-forward flank with Oakley up against, Walker gets there late. Danny Ruck goes up. It's up on the back of the pack. And now Cornwall breaks free somehow, throws the ball out. So said the umpire. And it will be a free kick to Thomson.
Good call there, Jason. You got one wrong earlier today.
So Gardner with the free kick. Handballs it off quickly to Highland. Lead on from Troy Maharis. Goes in that direction. Over the back, McNamara. Good punch away. Roved at the front. Couldn't take it with him, though, was Mitchell. Now Cousins can run away through half-back for Corio. Goes towards the centre of the ground. Thorley against O'Toole. The two number 10s. Thorley does well. Breaks free. Can go long. Goes towards full forward. Peacock on a lead. Nick Maharis is there as well. Dabrowski. Peacock needs to try and shuffle it out. He does so in the end of Troy Maharis. Handball back to Gardner on a run from 50. Cornwall just slung him as he got his kick away, and it was pretty good defensive play by Cornwall in the end because the ball went free and out of bounds in the left forward pocket for Thomson.
Yeah, that was good. Just got a fingertip there, but just enough to put him off balance.
And the matchups from Corio's perspective look pretty good, Laurie. They've nullified the on-ball brigade of Thomson so far.
Yes, Eric, as I said before, I was just watching how they're playing. They're trying to get on the windward side of their player too, and that's pretty smart thinking as well. And they're going to lead the players to the footy most of the time when you do that sort of thing.
There's a lot of Corio players in the defensive half, aren't there, at the moment? Thomson have got to make a decision, don't they? They've got players sitting back around the middle. They've got to have someone up to kick a goal.
Most of them all standing goal side too, isn't that defensive side? So they've been well instructed.
And the way the wind's blowing, of course, that's the way it's going to go.
The reason we're not talking, they can't find the footy.
To the Tate Street Primary School, I think.
I think it might be under a car and they can't reach it. And I think the point about it, a few players are getting a little bit...
Where's Lee Clifford? He can get underneath there. He's getting enough tall enough.
So we've got the second footy out. Boundary umpire has got it. That's not slamming Sam again, is it? Is he following us?
I think it might be.
Gee whiz. So boundary umpire throws it in. Left forward pocket for Thomson. Big pack around the throw-in. More like a rugby scrum than anything, and it's back out of bounds for another throw-in.
This would suit the Thomson's, the Corio side, Eric, wouldn't it?
Oh yes, yeah. That's the easiest way to defend when you've got a lot of players around the ball.
And it's consuming time as well.
Yes, certainly. As we tick into 20 minutes in the first quarter.
So boundary throw-in, Bigham from behind, falls to the front, over the shoulder. Troy Maharis goes towards the goal line. Nick Maharis keeps it in. Cousins knocks him over and puts him in front of the Ford Falcon down there or something.
Well, he played a pretty good game a couple of weeks ago, Johnny Cousins.
Oh, he's playing well today.
Pretty well fired up, isn't he?
Nevada Cornwall and Tim Gardner not happy with each other either. Now from the ruck contest in the right forward pocket, Manning tried to get the clearing kick away. Okoli left it behind. Lindsay didn't. Handball over the top to Cousins. Had a great first term. Goes long towards centre wing. Oakley goes up. Can't take the mark against O'Toole. Now coming through Stone. O'Toole fights hard for it. Tries to shuffle it out. And pack develops around them. And it will be... it will be a ball up on centre wing.
You've got a little bit of strength there when you've got Robbie Walton and Barry O'Toole around the same footy.
What's he done? The umpires reported Barry O'Toole.
Well, isn't that a 50-metre penalty as well if it's a report? Or is that changed?
What did he report him for?
I don't know.
Striking.
I imagine striking, but and it was on the other side of the pack, but it was on the side of the umpire.
He'll have to get a card of some sort, won't he?
I would think so.
It's the yellow.
Geez, I hope he pulls the yellow out. Yes, he has. So 15 minutes, Barry O'Toole off the ground. Can't be replaced. 50-metre penalty, as Eric said.
So Shane Stone, opportunity here.
Geez, it's a fair 50.
Yeah.
So he's about 20 metres out from goal now. Shane Stone, after the free kick. The report.
Free kick was on centre wing.
Yeah. So Barry O'Toole off the ground, down to 17, Corio. Shane Stone with the kick for goal. 20 metres out, slide angle. Comes in and kicks the goal. So the captain coach puts his first on the board. The second for Thomson. They go to 2-5-17. And they trail Corio, who are 3-2-20. That's on the Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 22 minutes played.
I think that going back to the report, that Barry came in very late over the top of the pack, and what happened on the other side, I'm not quite sure, but it was on the side where the umpire was standing, so he obviously saw something.
I thought he nearly reported him for the showmanship that he had, trying to play for the free kick.
I think that was after.
Yeah, that was after.
Yes. So the ball back in the middle. And it'll be interesting now, Laurie, to see how Corio react with a player down for the next 15 minutes.
Well, I'm more interested in how Thomson react, because they're the one with the advantage.
Good point. Ball up in the middle. Oakley, well, he judged it a little better than Walker, but finally by hand it comes back to Armstrong. He gets the handball to Stone, another handball to Thorley, and there Thomson get a kick. Thorley goes straight down the middle, 2 centre-half forward. Players can't take the mark. Gardner at the back picks it up, tries to get around Lazarick, doesn't quite do so. At ball, Peacock looking for someone to hand the ball off to. He suddenly finds Highland to Maharis, back to Stein. Stein there chips it short, looking for and finding Highland. They did it pretty well, Thomson, although they're under pressure.
Very well.
And Christian Highland there will be kicking from just outside 50. Would take a good kick, but he has got the benefit of the bruise behind him. So Christian Highland now with McNamara going back off the mark, and that's not a bad ploy if the player's not concentrating on kicking the footy. Moves in. Highland there on the right foot. He's kicked it across the face looking for distance. Oh, up high there was Bradley and pushed the pack, and I think a free kick has been paid. So no score. Free kick going to Danny Ruck of Corio in the last line of defence. So Ruck now chips it short and low, finds Cornwall. He marks and plays on quickly. He chips it over the top looking for on centre wing. Well, he looked for Walker, but Oakley high over the top. Good mark from behind and showed his athleticism. Kicks it to the middle. Bradley dropped a mark he probably should have taken. Dabrowski, he's working hard at the drop with Cousins. Held without the footy, and free kick has ensued. And there's a bit of feeling there too with... Is it... no 50-metre penalty. Play on, said the umpire, as Dabrowski comes across to the defensive side of the ground, the change room side here at Godfrey Street Oval, and the ball's forced over the boundary line in front of the change rooms here. So we've been playing 24 minutes in the first quarter. Thomson 2-5 trail, Corio 3-2 as the ball comes in. Well, Cullen taken high from the throw in, and well, the umpire blew the whistle, called play on, and now he said there's no advantage. Well, he didn't call advantage at any point, I didn't think. It was only 20 metres from us. However, Cullen plays on there, runs toward the boundary, chips it, well, he might have just got 15 metres. Bigham has taken the mark. He chips it back into the middle, looking for and finding Cornwall. Been very prominent in this first quarter, Nevada Cornwall, and has taken the mark on true centre wing. Looking for options up forward for Corio. He's gone to the lead toward the boundary. It's going to be touched very close to the boundary, was it? And it's over. So in front here of the Social Club, the ball out of bounds, half forward flank now for Corio. Playing one short at the moment with the advent of Barry O'Toole being forced from the ground on report as the ball comes in now. Comes to ground, it's all Thomson back there. Aitchison over to Thorley. Thorley, oh geez, kicked it high, up and under, into the middle. Bradley can't take the mark, comes to ground. Stone Handball over the top to Gardner. Gee, a little bit too tricky, although Highland got it. Now Armstrong runs to 50. If he can line up and get the right foot to it. No, he's forced backwards. The handball comes to Johnny Mitchell. Mitchell now, 2-4 forward. Oh, and Ricky Bigham just a little bit of a touch on the back there of Akoli and takes the mark.
Gives it away to Dabrowski, then he hands it off to Lindsay at half-back. Or sets Cullen up at centre wing, and the umpire has paid the mark. So Matty Cullen's taken it on centre wing. He just slows up play. He's got Walker on the wing who wasn't really looking, and Oakley was thinking about picking it off, but Cullen's still got the footy. Now he goes short to centre wing, the lead on from Robbie Walton, who can't quite get there, and it's out of bounds for a throw in on centre wing, right in front of our commentary box. So Walker comes down up against Oakley. Walton there as well. He takes it out of the ruck contest. Walton, handball back to Manning, sets him up. Daniels wraps him up. Cullen gets it away to Cousins. He's wrapped up as well. Bradley dropped the footy. Should be advantage. It is. Gardner plays on. Handball long to centre half forward. Highland against ruck. He goes towards the Peacock and McNamara tussle in the forward pocket. Peacock keeps it in. McNamara keeps his feet over the top and is happy to see it over the boundary line.
I think the boundary umpires detected somebody on the ground other than the playing personnel.
So the umpire to throw it in. Clifford down there in the ruck now. Oh, they're punched away by Nick Maharis. Goes to Ezekali. Oh, gave it to Highland by hand, and he nearly got it. But he got a kicking in danger. Free kick. We'll take it from 10 metres out directly in front.
I suppose you take them, Laurie. I couldn't see it from here, but you take them all in the goal square.
Laurie's special comments have dried up. That's it. Shaking his head in disbelief.
Well, I mean, how was a defender going to clear the footy? There was no other way to do it.
Spoken like a true back pocket player. So Christian Highland has come in and kicked the goal. His second and the third for Thomson. And they go to 3-5-23. They take the lead. Corio 3-2-20 Victory Trophies first quarter scoreboard. 28 minutes played.
Well, I suppose it's been a pretty nip and tuck sort of first quarter, Laurie, but Corio probably have had the ascendancy and but just lost it on the scoreboard in the last few minutes.
Oh, I still think they're in front, Eric. I think there's a definite advantage for the win down that end, and it's just a matter of how many goals it is. It's a disadvantage, of course, to have a player off the ground, and they're going to probably pay for the penalty there. And
looks like they've got the spare across half-back, Thomson, and that's
not a bad spare to have.
Not a bad sign. So ball in the middle. Goes up again. Oakley gets a lovely tap down on this occasion. However, it's Corio at the drop of the footy who are doing well. Handball comes out to Lee Clifford. Off a couple of steps, he kicks to the lead at half forward, but Mark O'Toole can't take the mark. Harris of Thomson comes back on the footy. Handball over the top. Finds, is it Riley there?
Yep.
Riley kicks towards centre wing. Bradley, push forward. All Thomson at the drop of the footy. Bigham, handball to Cornwall. Over the top to Lazarick, handball back to Bigham, who's run, and he kicks the ball to half forward. It was nearly all Thomson there, so probably not a bad move to look for the boundary and find it. And the ball is over the boundary line in front of the Social Club. Half forward flank for Corio, kicking in this first quarter to the western end. 29 minutes gone. Thomson 3-5, lead Corio 3-2.
So boundary throw in. Agerson, Walton against him to the back of the pack. Armstrong couldn't take it with him. Cousins tries to ride the tackle from Steve Daniels. Ball held to him, said the umpire, and we'll have a ball up. Half forward for the Devils. Aitchison still there. Possibly do the ruck work against Walton on this occasion. Umpire throws the ball in the air. They do battle. Walton uses the body, taps it away. Only as far though as Riley. Can't take it with him. Eldridge in there also. Troy Maharis. Long way from goal. Might be having a run on the ball. Switches play to a wide open spaces on the outer side. Bolchevic gets back there and it sits for him okay. His handball back to Matty King. Had to sit and wait. His heads up was pretty good. Back to Bolchevic. Roberts comes in. Now they've turned it over. Thomson can't get it clear though at half back. And a pack develops. The umpire will come in and ball it up. So, Corio into attack. They trail at the moment by 3 points. Close to quarter time at Godfrey Street. And it might be Walton. In fact, Walker is down there now. So, and as is Oakley, who's moved his way down there. So the ruckman will do battle. Oakley goes up. Walker gets it down to the back of the pack. Roberts. Handball to nobody in particular. Mitchell's there, wants to save to the boundary line, doesn't sit for him. And, well, it's called play on now. Might be okay for Thomson if they can get free through Highland. Rides a bump. King's tackle was good. Stone was there as well, though. Got a bit of time. Turns around. Goes towards half forward. Nick Maharis worked his opponent under the ball. Now Dabrowski. Gardner there. Left it behind. Got some support, though. Bradley rides a couple of bumps. It won't matter. It's quarter time. And at quarter time, it is Thomson 3-5-23. They lead Corio 3-20.